and into the other side, and closing the door behind us. And 1. Be there now. So as you orientate yourself in this place, as you look around you, I want you to see if you sense or feel anything in specific, any colours, anything at all that draws your attention.
I feel like I'm lying on, I feel like I'm in a boat, lying back, like drifting.
Beautiful. Do you feel any movement as you lay there?
Yes.
Does it feel gentle? Or is it
drifting
gentle?
through? It's like a, no, not a tunnel, some sort of maybe it's underground, but maybe it's in a cave, but it's not. It's like a crystal cave or sort of a safe place.
Ah, beautiful. And so how do you feel as you drift? Do you feel calm?
Yeah, I feel
Yeah.
calm. Maybe I'm just leaning back on something, like a seat.
Beautiful. And do you sense or see that there's anybody there with you today? Do you feel that you're on your own?
It's very quiet. I think someone is pulling me along or directing. It's a directing the boat. It's a wooden, like a dinghy, but I'm propped up, sitting back. Maybe it's a fur or moss, something soft.
Beautiful. And as you take your attention to your body and you pass a hand in front of your face, what do you notice? What is the colour of your skin? Do you sense that you have a colour to your skin? Do you sense that you may be male, female, or neither?
Male.
Lovely. And as you orientate yourself here in this boat, in the body which you sense to be male, if you were to hold a magic mirror up in front of your face, would you be able to describe what you would see in your clothing, in your features? Do you sense anything in particular? Get a sense of what you may be wearing. Or how your face may appear.
I'm young. Not my skin is youthful, is sort of tanned.
Lovely.
Not facial hair. No facial hair. So, some sort of cape over my shoulders.
Lovely.
Not that young, but not old. Maybe 30s. I think there's hair, lots of hair on my head.
Do you feel that that hair is long or short?
Long and dark, straight.
Beautiful. And as you lay in this boat, completely relaxed, you feel you're being guided. So you get a sense of where it is you may be going today, what the purpose of your journey may be.
I'm being taken somewhere by someone. It's someone with a pole that's standing in the front of the boat and pushing me along, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And it's sort of a musty, dark, musty, sort of dampish smell, but cool. And along the banks are rocks and crystalline structures.
Beautiful. Do you feel you're inside of a cave, you say?
Yes. It's sort of cave, an underground cave type structure, but not deep, but it's a way of accessing areas underground, I guess.
And the person in the boat that's pulling you along, do you feel that he has another boat, or are they in the boat with you?
Are they actually in the front of the boat?
Beautiful. And is this the only boat? Are there more boats, or is this the only boat?
There might be others behind.
Lovely. And this person who's using his stick to push you along, do you sense or feel that you recognize the energy of this person?
No, not on this side.
As your eyes become accustomed to the darkness of the dimly lit cavern, would you be able to describe the person who's with you?
It's a youngish, a boy, a teen, whose job it is to navigate the boat.
Beautiful. Do you feel that you're going somewhere important today on your journey?
I do. I'm not sure what yet.
Beautiful. So in a moment I'm going to ask you to compress time. As I count from 3 to 1, we will compress time and move forwards in this cavern to where you need to be at the end of your journey. 3, compressing time now as you go to the place where you intended to be, and 2, almost there, and 1, be there now. Allow yourself to integrate and connect, and use all of your senses. What do you see or experience?
There's a lot of people and it's noisy, it's crowded, and we are in a cavern. And I'm not in the boat now. I'm standing
Beautiful.
with people. The boats are all lined up. So I was at the front of some boats, the first boat. So they're all lined up over to the entranceway to this big cavern.
Do you feel that the boat you were in was at the front of this procession because you were of importance? Was this simply a coincidence? Do you feel that you're an important person in this place today?
was important in the sort of the leading of the procession, but not, or the gathering, more of a protector, sort of a role of the
Beautiful.
protector, or keeping my eyes out, and the beginner, the way shower sort of thing.
Beautiful. And do you get a sense of who you may be protecting here today? Why it may be necessary to protect this person or being?
There's a sense of, there's lots of people in this cabin standing around, and I'm in the group of sort of like security, I guess, but not just security, just keeping an eye on how things are going and supporting, making sure everyone knows what they're doing, and the person, there's they've got like fur a fur coat and headdress. The person,
Is this person male or female?
male.
Beautiful.
And they're on the other side of the cavern. There's water. It's not it's comfortable water. It's not turbulent or anything like that. It's just in the cavern there happens to be a spot on the other side for I get royalty in my mind. Just be on it, and they're on the other. So they're on the other side on like a dais or an area, and then there's lots of other people, including me, in the crowd on the side I'm on.
So this person that you sense is royal, wearing the furs on the other side of the water. Is there anywhere specific that this person is intending to go today? Or have they reached their final destination?
They've reached their destination, and they are going to address the people, the crowd.
Beautiful. So in a moment, I'm going to compress time again to the main point in time where this person is addressing the crowd. And I'd like you to tell me what they are talking about, what information they are sharing. Compressing time now, 3, moving forwards in time, 2, almost there, and 1, be there now. As you integrate and use your senses, what do you feel they are saying today? What is occurring?
They're giving out a message about our people needing to prepare themselves for protecting themselves against something. Not attack, but there are other tribes or groups that are encroaching on our territory.
Beautiful. And so it seems important today to warn the people so they are prepared for something that may occur. And do you feel that this is the end of the time these people will spend together? Or do you feel this meeting will continue for a longer amount of time?
People need to prepare themselves to protect their dwellings and
Do you get
maybe
sorry, continue.
um, just decide if it's they need to shift underground. That's like a possibility of not underground, but in this network of waterways where some people live. There's a risk that that may need to be done, but in the meantime, they need to protect their dwelling or retreat to their dwelling with the possibility of having to move into the underground, this
Beautiful.
network.
So those people that are here today that do not live in this cave with the water, do you know where it is that they live? Is it close to this area?
Yes, they live in the trees, and in the countryside around. Some in trees, some in sort of other dwellings
Beautiful.
in the landscape.
And this man that you are today, who is the protector, and is assisting with the royalty, where is it that this particular man that you are today is living?
He lives in a tree, dwelling in like a tree house with his wife and young children and others.
Beautiful.
So he needs to, when he's finished escorting this person and the troop of people, he needs to go and prepare his dwelling and his family.
Beautiful. So in a moment, when I count from 3 to 1, I'd like you to move to the time when this person has finished his role and is returning to his home and his family in the tree house in the woods. So 3, close this scene, and in a moment I'll count backwards from 3 to 1 as we travel to see what important thing is happening today. 3, travelling now, and 2, almost there, and 1, be there now. Allow yourself to integrate and connect as you're returning to this space, and tell me, using all of your senses, what do you see or experience here today?
The energy is quite frantic now because there is more of a sense of urgency.
Okay. So the time
He's
has
having to pack things up
okay.
to move his family.
Do you sense the family is here in this house, in the tree?
Yes, and he loves that dwelling, but he's going to have to go underground with his wife and 2 children. One's a baby and one's about 3 or 4.
And what does the wife who is with him today look like? Can you see this woman now?
She has got straight dark hair, darkish skin, and she's wearing more of a toga type, not toga, but sort of, they're quite brief clothing and quite simple, made from animal skins, I think. Yeah, very lean, lithe people.
Beautiful.
bit like something like an avatar, I feel. People that live in the trees. That's the sense I'm getting in the Avatar movie. Those sort of.
Do you feel that these people have any special abilities?
My wife is a healer, yes, I feel like they're very connected to the land, connected to nature, connected to trees, crystals. When we were going through the crystal cave, I started sensing this energy of this life. And water, the water is actually revered, and yeah, like I sense bowls of wooden bowls with water and healing herbs and things like that are part of the and that's what's being packed up to take into another dwelling in the maybe it is a crystal type village underground, but I don't want to use underground in the sense of airy, but more of magical.
This woman that you're with today, these children, do you sense that they're familiar, their energy? Does it remind you of anything? As you look at her hair, continue.
I sort of sense it feels a bit like my daughter, but a bit like her father. That sort of lineage. But I also feel that this is from a time period of when people had to go underground for, I don't know if it's Atlantis or Lemuria. I don't know enough about that from my physical perspective. But I have this sense that it's an important time.
Beautiful. And if you were to look at her face, this lady, could you describe her hair and her features, the colour of her eyes?
Her eyes are dark brown. Her skin is dark. No, not dark, but sort of like what I would perceive of a Amazon type skin color. The hair is dark, thick, brown, browny black, but not jet black. I actually sense that I can bilocate and be in her as well, from her perspective.
Beautiful. So as you progress with the packing to leave this place today, and things are getting frantic, I'd like you now to compress time and to move forwards again to when something important is happening. I'm going to travel now. 3, 2, almost there, and 1. Forward in time to when something important is happening. And you will feel no physical sensations. What do you sense or feel is happening in this place that you are now?
Everyone is back in that area where they were listening to the person talking in the beginning.
Is this
And
the
we're having
cave?
another meeting, yes, in the cave.
Okay.
And it is an important meeting, explaining what is happening and what we're going to do.
And what have they decided is the best course of action? Has everyone from the village now left and joined together in the cave?
Yes.
Hmm.
And
What
there
is
is a
it?
sense of peace, a sense of destiny, a sense that we have to hide our wisdom and our knowledge. And we have to live and retreat. We've had to retreat under here. And
as you hide and retreat, what emotions is that causing for you today? How do you feel as you retreat and hide and leave your home?
well, because we know this is what must be done. We have to retain the wisdom and store it, hide it, protect it, because there is devastation happening outside, but that it's a sense of it's not really fear. This is what we must do to protect the wisdom, the sacred wisdom with the crystals in the water, and the ability to bilocate or become connected, and with each other. That is going to be saved.
Beautiful. So it's possible for you to be in a different place using this power of bilocation. Is that correct?
It's actually more within each other, bilocate into another being, into another consciousness is more what, and be aware of other, can't explain, into each other in our community. That is what is being protected. We're not bilocating outside of this at this point. We've shut that down.
Okay, beautiful. And the others, the people they are here to protect their crystals and their water from, the other tribe of people, do you feel they have a name or any difference to their culture? In what way do you feel they're different from your own people? Do they have any powers?
They do not honor the earth. They do not honor each other. They do not honor nature, the flora and the fauna. They do not honor the gods and life. They rape and pillage of villages, the planet, the land. They worship themselves only. an image of someone holding up bones and sacrifices like animals or children.
And so these people are safe in these tunnels.
Yes.
With the water. Is there any way, do you feel, that these intruders would be able to find an entrance here?
No, it's all sealed off and we've actually put an invisibility shield.
Beautiful. So I'd like you now to move forward again to the last day in the life of this man. As he's in this tunnel, I'd like him to move forward now to the last day of his life, when he actually takes his last breath, to see what has happened in the life of this man. As I count from 3 to 1, you will feel no physical sensation. You will close this scene. And 3, travelling now. And 2, almost there. And 1, be there now. Feeling no physical sensation. Condensing time and moving to the moment where you take your last breath. What do you sense or feel around you?
I'm laying on a. I'm in the rock cave, the dwelling in the underground. Still, I'm older. I'm lying there on my side. I have long hair, and my children are around me, and they are in there. They're growing up.
And so do you feel you're an old person now?
Yes, an old man, and I passed peacefully.
Beautiful. And do you feel that you've been here for a very long time, since the conflict occurred?
Yes.
And what emotions do you have as you move out of the body and you look down? You move towards the great white light of Source, which pulls you as if it were a magnet. And you look down at your family. How do you feel about the ending of your life in this cave? What emotions do you feel?
A sense of peace. I feel like I've handed my staff of wisdom onto my son. Sense of peace in that, well, we're just waiting and it's okay. I feel like I'm drifting away now.